Hello. Is this thing oriented right? That's a weird question, I know, but I hit the go live button and it said, switch me into portrait mode or away from portrait mode into landscape mode. And so now I'm getting an ad being played by my own computer. Cool. Um, so we've got this, anyway, as long as it's looking right, because then I was like, I don't know what to do. And then it went live. So hopefully everything looks the way it's supposed to look. Does it look the way it's supposed to look? I hope, maybe, possibly. Oh my word, I'm also trying to decide what the right level for this is. Excuse me while I don't look at the camera for a hot second. And I might not be changing anything because I can't untwist the thing. I twisted it too tight. This is CMT problems, ladies and gentlemen. What did I do? All right, apparently I'm not messing with that. Now watch what happens. Watch what happens. That thing's just gonna drop because it's gonna just come loose. Because that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Hi friends. Jenny's here. Great. Let's see who all's here. So as I did last week, I'm gonna glance down rather than poke at the phone like that because the phone seems to work really, really great for my live streams. But the chat roll is going to be down here. So if you'll forgive me, my mother-in-law is here. Hello, let's see who's here. We started the chat before the live even started, and I kind of liked that. You guys that were here early, is that incentive to get here a couple minutes early and start chatting away before everything actually starts? Because I kind of liked it, not gonna lie. Cindy's here, Rosie's here, Miranda's here, Alyssa is here, Jennifer's here, Amy's here, and Jenny and Lisa and Becky. Oh my goodness, Julie's here, Sarah's here, watching something and lost track of time. Sarah, you are right on time. You are right on time. Kathy, hello. Denise, hello. Oh, my friends, Trudy's here. Mick, you're here. My friend, do you not sleep? Honestly, I was thinking about you and Audrey about an hour ago before the live stream started, and I was like, oh, I wonder if they're going to be there. And then I'm like, Audrey always pops in. You've been here regularly, to which I thank you, kind sir, but it's so late. I don't know. Like, my husband and I are in bed by 10. Not sleeping, but we're in bed by 10. That's our goal anyway, which happens really, really fast. It really does. Guys. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, my mind is reeling at like a mile a minute here. So first, let's do some high lows because we are in quarantine and this topic is a little bit about joy and I want to talk about some joy, which means that we need to talk about some highs, but also I want to talk about some lows because lows happen and we're in quarantine and now I'm going to get real distracted. I have to pause myself. There we go. Otherwise it was going to be real distracting. I go to bed at 8:45. I did not know that about you, Miranda. Hey, more power to you. So give me some highs, give me some struggles or some lows that you might want to share with the group. My high, ladies and gentlemen, well, I got a couple things. Got a couple things on my mind. But my first, my high is the sun goes down late here now. It is 7:30 p.m. There is still sunlight reflecting on the houses across the street. It is the dusk, the twilight right now, and the time change has made all the difference, and it has been amazing. I'm loving it. I didn't realize, my husband and I were talking about this, I did not realize just how much difference in the amount of daylight you get going north is. I had no idea. And it didn't dawn on me that we in Chicago, gosh, the longest day of the year is I don't even know what time. But 8:30 is kind of when I'm like, oh yeah, maybe it's still a little bit light out at 9 o'clock. It didn't register to me that here when we moved during the summer, it was lighter for even longer than that. And so the other day when I was looking at the sun and it was 7:30 or 8 o'clock and the sun was still out, I was like, it's April. It's not even summer yet. What is going on? So we ended up having a conversation about the sunshine and how, at least, quarantine or not, we're going to be in some sunlight, which is a huge, huge blessing. I went out and sat on the patio for a little bit today, which would have been a lot more enjoyable if I didn't have a kamikaze wasp that apparently lives by our house and really doesn't like when I'm outside. Because I had the same problem of a wasp harassing me, buzzing by me in my ear, floating around my stuff. the other day when I went and set out too. So we have a wasp who's apparently very territorial, and I'm going to need to figure out how to get rid of him because I want to sit outside. That's not even my low. I don't even know if I have a low, if I'm going to be honest with you. Because I'm kind of taking it all in stride, and I'm looking for the joy. Like, that is the theme of the week. We're looking for the joy. And then the other thing that was kind of a low, but also kind of a high, because I'm a total nerd and I'm a total nutrition nerd, and it's something that I'm going to get into in a little bit. And anybody who has seen my stuff on Instagram today knows where I'm going with this. I went on like a nutritional conspiracy theory today. And I realized just how inaccurate when you break it down. When you break down a nutrition label to the most basic form of mathematical equation of fat equals this many calories, carbs equal this many calories, and protein equal this many calories, and then you look at the total calorie count of something, I've discovered that there are some pretty major discrepancies in calories. And so I have been doing math all day today, looking at different nutrition labels and trying to figure out what this conspiracy theory is, because I got fired up about it this morning. First thing this morning, most of my day has been spent looking at nutrition labels and getting angry at diet food companies. We're just gonna put that out there. But I can't decide if that is a bad or a good, because I actually am not mad about it, because it means YouTube content for me. So let's see what everybody else is dealing with here. Nick is a bit of a night owl, been in bed for a couple of hours, but still wide awake. Oh my goodness. Oh, Lori's here. Hello. Rosie's struggling to be productive at work. Hi, I worked but 4 or 5 times last week. It was 70 and gorgeous. Yes, it was 70 and gorgeous. Like, did it hit 70 today? I don't know, but it was beautiful outside. Absolutely beautiful outside. Got sunburned today laying out. Don't hate me. If you don't want me to hate you, why do you got to go and tell us things like that? This woman, my mother-in-law, sends me Snapchats of her sitting out by her pool in her swimming suit, quarantined. I'm like, for real? For real? You're quarantined in paradise. If you guys have seen pictures of their backyard on my Instagram feed, quarantined in paradise. Hashtag first world problems. Really, really first world problems. The weather is beautiful. Everyone's talking about the weather. Yes, yes. I've been walking every morning. Excellent. Hubby wants to take the dogs for a walk. That's a high. I will have to listen to the recording. Have a great time, Jennifer. Hi, I'm losing weight. Low, I'm not getting out of bed until 10 a.m. Okay. Well, the high of losing weight is incredible. Good for you. What are you going to do to help fix the low? Because that is a low that is completely changeable, and you can get rid of that bad boy really, really easily. What's your plan, Connie? Definitely over all this staying in stuff, but enjoying the new Animal Crossing game. Ah, yes. I don't know too much about it, but for a hot second, my husband and I were like, do we get it? Do we not get it? We don't own it yet, but it's in our lineup of consideration, because we are gaming nerds. And I was told, I can't remember who told me this, but someone told me that Animal Crossing would be a great game for me because of the way I like to play games. So I don't know, but that's good. You seem so hyped for life. I love it. I've been fired up all day today, Miranda. All stinking day. Did I get a whole lot done because of it? No, because I spent my entire day in nutrition labels. I literally, before breakfast, I'm looking at nutrition labels for Built Bars, tortillas, Oreo cookies, my Trader Joe's, like, oh gosh, I've been a hot mess of mathematics today. Hot mess of mathematics. But I'm feeling really good. I also did a workout today I stepped away from the morning meltdown for a little while, and today, I'm sorry, I got like a hair or something on my face, and my nose is so itchy, which is why I keep scratching my nose. I don't know what's happening. And I did a dance exercise today. Anybody who has had access to Beachbody On Demand, I did Size, which is with Sean T, and it's like legitimate hip hop choreography, and he teaches you an entire routine, and it is nonstop for 45 minutes, and he's an excellent teacher. Like, if there were Broadway dance calls with this sort of teaching, dance calls would be the easiest thing in the world, because he's just such a good teacher. And by the end of it, like, I have it all memorized. Like, it caters to the music theater in me. So I had a lot of fun with that too. Did that earlier today. Like, feeling good. Feeling good. Didn't have to make a second pot of coffee today. I don't know what's going on. I slept really well last night. And I firmly believe that that is thanks to my magnesium lotion. Yes, lotion. How weird is that? Anyway, let's see. Another low, I didn't like my dessert. Oh, that's a bummer. But you've decided not to finish it. That's a great way. That's great. That's very, very good. I was so sad seeing that today, checking labels all day since my Instagram. Melanie, I know I didn't want to have to tell you guys about it, but like I'm so perplexed, and I'll get into it in a minute for those of you that have no idea what I'm talking about. Lisa, I miss my gym where I work and work out at. Oh yeah, that's a double whammy for you, isn't it? I'm still looking for my joy. I can't see my granddaughters, but I haven't gained. Hey, that is excellent. Considering there are jokes about the quarantine 15 going around, people like, oh man, that you're maintaining. That's awesome. Awesome. Low, a hard night mentally, lonely. Is that tonight, Cindy? Well, we're here for you now. So at least you get to hang out with us for about an hour. I know it's not the same as being with people, but I hope it helps a little bit that you get to talk with your friends here. You guys are rolling this chat today. I love it. I love it. Hi, yep, the sun for a couple of days, low, struggling with new routines and stress eating. Okay. So how are you going to set yourself up to stop that? What kind of things, Trudy, what kind of things can you do instead of eat when you're stressed out? Like when you get that response, like that urge to do it, what is something you can do instead of reach for the food? Think about that. Jennifer is here. It's my favorite game. Interesting. My mom and sister both have it. I've been considering getting a Switch Lite at some point. You should try the phone game. It's very similar, and see if you like it. I think I played it for a hot second, and then I just never stuck, but that was like a couple years ago when it came out. Weather here has been good. It's just a shame we're in lockdown until Sunday. Now, Mick, when you say lockdown, are you guys like legit not allowed to leave the house type of lockdown? Because a lot of us, there are some states that still aren't, but we are in shelter in place in most of the United States, which means you can still like go outside and go for a walk in your neighborhood. Some people have distance restrictions on how far they can go from their house, but you're still allowed to like go outside and you can go to the grocery store and whatnot. Or are you on like legit no stepping foot outside your house lockdown? For those of you that don't know, Mick is in Ireland. So completely different set of rules over there. They just came out with a new coral pink one. Oh, the high is the beautiful weather. Mini PSA, anyone who ordered from Built Bar who hasn't ordered in a while, check your email. I got a BOGO coupon yesterday. I saw a BOGO email today, but it was for the Built Boost, I thought, not the Built Bars. So just be aware of that. Now, maybe I got a different email. I don't know. And the Built Boost is great. So awesome. But just so you know, it might not be for the bars. It might be for the drink mix. I got Aqua the week before the game came out. I'm here, but I'm late. Needing to get off the struggle bus. Well, how can we help you get off the struggle bus, my friend? Okay. That's a lot of highs. I'm a really, really big fan that there were so many more highs than lows. That's really, really awesome. All right. So do you guys want to hear about the thing that has brought me so much joy and so much heartbreak all at the same time today? The nutrition label dilemma that will be turned into an entire video at a later date. But I just got so fed up with it today that I went berserk and I went down a rabbit hole and I discovered some things. Oh, did I discover some things, my friends? I've planned all 3 meals for 3 days, started yesterday. That's good, Trudy. But today got me as soon as I got home from work. I've stopped so far for tonight. Grab yourself some water. Grab yourself some tea. Who has their water with them? Give me a comment with a water emoji. Both a high and a low. I'm wearing fuzzy unicorn kitty pajamas for the last time. It's a high because they're too big, but a low because I love these pants. Yeah, I get that. I totally get that. All right. So, my friends, I don't remember what sparked this in me this morning. Like, we can leave the house for essentials and some daily exercise. No more than, okay. So you're not like, there's no like police officers outside telling you can't leave the house, but you're on pretty strict shelter in place. I don't remember what started this today. I'm pretty sure it was my journaling. You guys, let me tell you that some of the biggest epiphanies I have had this last week has been doing my morning pages in my random little journal. This is my Cultivate What Matters journal, not an ad. And I literally am just writing in it every morning. And then I keep up the protein, 1 Built Bar daily. Maybe that's, oh, I remember. See, this is why I looked back in my journal. I remember what started this. So I was trying to remind myself of habits that I need to stay in and different things about my nutrition that I need to focus on and whatnot for, you know, every day, just to make sure that I'm keeping on track. My morning pages are literally like, I've come to many awesome epiphanies in these this week. And I wrote down, I need to remember to do these things daily. Keep up the protein. And then I put 1 Built Bar daily. If any of you saw my Instagram story with how many Built Bars I have, it's absolutely absurd. So then I wrote down maybe 2, ? So that at that moment, I put down my notebook and I grabbed my phone to see how the Weight Watchers math would work out for Built Bars. Because in my quick fix in mind, 110 calorie bar times 2 is 220 calories. That might be 5 points for me in Points Plus. I was like, ooh, this could have good merit. This could be really good. And I could maybe eat 2 Built Bars a day to help lessen my stash. And I might save a point, right? I was like, this is awesome. So I go in my iTrack Bites tracker and I plug in the information for 2 and it's 7. It didn't just double, but it went up. And I sat there and I was angry that it was 7 points instead of 5 or even 6. If it was even, I wouldn't have given a second glance, right? But then in my head, I've done Points Plus for so long, you guys, I did it for so long, that like, you kind of know roughly 50 or 60 calories is about a point, depending on what the macros are. So I was like, there's no way that 220 calories is 7 points in Points Plus. There's no way, none. So I'm like, what the crap? And that's what sparked me to go down the rabbit hole that I went down, because it's been on my mind for a while, but I haven't really like pushed the issue. This Built Bar thing pushed me over the edge and into the issue. And the issue is this. I ended up messaging a nutritionist friend I have. She's a certified, studied nutrition, healthy living, you know, like legit nutritionist. And I was like, I need you to tell me something, just plain and simple. When you are calculating like your macros, carbs, fat, you know, fiber, whatever, protein, the general math for nutrition is as follows. Hang tight with me. 1 gram of fat equals 9 calories. 1 gram of carbohydrate equals 4 calories. 1 gram of protein equals 4 calories. 9, 4, 4. Easy, right? So in theory, figuring out how many calories something is should just be a mathematical equation, right? Right. So if something, I'm on my soapbox. They wanted me to start it, Christina. They wanted me to start it. And so in theory, fat times 9 plus carbs times 4 plus protein times 4 equals total amount of calories. In diet foods, things that are marketing themselves as better for you, low net carb, high fiber, this, that, the mathematical equation is not getting the right results. And let me see if I can find some of my favorite instances here. I don't even remember where I wrote them all down. Let's see. Okay, so let's do the Built Bar. Ready? Michael, hello. Let's do the Built Bar. We know the Built Bar as 110 calories, right? 4 grams of fat equals 36 calories. 13 grams of carbohydrates equals 52 calories. 15 grams of protein equals 60 calories. The total calories mathematically in a Built Bar is 148. That nutrition label should say 150, not 110. What? I'm sorry, what? And so like, because the argument that people use is, well, fiber doesn't count. You can subtract the fiber from the carbs and only use the net carbs to count calories. No, because fiber is still caloric. And I read something that said, well, your body doesn't actually consume the fiber. No, at the end of the day, 1 gram of carbohydrate equals 4 calories. I don't care if it's a sugar carbohydrate or a fiber carbohydrate. The gram of carb, the total carbs, is calories, right? The big kicker. Did I write this down in here? I don't know if I did. No. Shoot, where did I write that? I literally have pieces of paper with nutrition information written all over them, and I don't actually know where it is. But the real kicker was I'm not going to do the quick math, but I'm going to tell you the answer. So I went to go look up the Smart Sweets, right? My sweet fish. Now, I have the 80 calorie version downstairs because I don't know if like the 90 calorie version, the new formulation, has not hit stores yet for me. Wait, what is fat, carb, and whatever? I want to check my sugar-free cookies. Fat equals 1 gram of fat is 9, so do total fat grams times 9 plus carbs, total carbs times 4 plus protein times 4. That's what it is. And then add those 3 numbers together, and that should be your calorie count. Your cookies might be lying because you're at risk for a lot of the fake foods because you eat the low sugar. So the Smart Sweets fish were 90 calories. After doing the math of that equation, not taking into account the fiber because it shouldn't matter, total carbohydrates. Do you know how many calories mathematically is in that 90 calorie container of Smart Sweets? 168. 168. Almost 2 times as many calories as listed on the thing. Someone tell me that I'm wrong. I don't think I am. Which means that anything trying to boast high fiber, net carbs, blah, 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 is basically pulling our leg and manipulating the math to get people to be able to put the lower calorie count. To be able to put the lower calorie count. Before I continue, let me check out the comments here. Let's see. I had my first meltdown in the car on my way to work. It's only been a few weeks, and I would miss my regular routines. I get that, Babs. I get that. I love walking during a health crisis. I'm keeping out of harm's way. I like that, Mick. This whole thing fascinates me, makes me want more data. How many unaccounted calories are being eaten over the course of a day or a week? Now Christina's all, this is how Christina's going to spend the rest of her night, is going through her diet food. So they're telling us wrong. What about non-diet foods? That was what I wanted to address. The non-diet foods appear to be just fine. You'll love this, you know those healthy eating all the time and go bars that I love so very much, small owned business that's actually here. I've met the owner, she's so sweet. I tested her bars because I had this fear that they were going to be in the same boat. Spot on. Her calorie counts were spot on. Now, when you do this, there will be a little bit of a discrepancy. I think hers clocked in like 4 calories under or something. Obviously you round up when you're doing the nutrition label, but I have mad appreciation for the companies that are saying, oh, the calorie count's actually 140, but we're gonna round it up to 150. I don't care if they're overshooting me. That's fine. If you tell me and I track 150 calories and I got 10 less, great, that's good for me and wanting to be a calorie deficit. It's those that are lying and telling us that they're too low. That's the problem. So the healthy eating all the time and go bars, spot on. Oreo cookies, yeah, I checked my Oreo cookies, spot on, off by 2 calories. 138 calories and the nutrition label says 140. Eat Me guilt-free protein brownies were spot on. An honest to goodness diet food. Now, if they had fiber in their products, would it be different? I don't know. However, the healthy eating all the time and go bars have fiber in them, and the fiber did not subtract from the total calories. The nutrition label was legit. And for the people that are trying to tell, like, because I've been getting messages and opinions and stuff about this all day, and it's been fascinating, but the people that are sending me articles about how, like, the fiber, supposedly the fiber isn't actually digested, so it doesn't count as a calorie. I literally have containers of fiber powder. Containers of fiber powder. The first one that I had, which was the Whole Foods one, acacia fiber. You guys know I love my acacia fiber. I mix it in with a lot of things. 1 scoop is 5 grams of fiber, 5 carbohydrates, all fiber, 20 calories in the serving, and you better believe that was on the label. You better believe it. The acacia fiber I'm using now is by Now Foods, and it is 6 grams of carbohydrates, all of which are fiber, and that would be 24 calories, and the label says 25. Spot on. So you tell me, people that are trying to tell us that fiber doesn't count, why the fiber companies are giving us a calorie count. This is what I've been going on about and spent my literally entire day on. My entire day has been thinking and dwelling on this stuff. It's true. So Rosie, to answer your question, odds are the regular non-diet food is probably fine. Everything else I've tested today that's not like a marketed diet food has been fine. Absolutely fine. Quest bars were a little bit iffy, but not as iffy as the Built bars or the Smart Sweets. A lot closer. So that begs the question of the sugar alcohols, which you guys all know I don't really like anyway. But technically, sugar alcohols are supposed to be 0 calories, which would be fine, which would in fact reduce the amount of calories. However, if they don't count as calories, why would they count as carbohydrates? That's what I don't understand. That's the part I don't understand. So if you have to include them in the carb count, wouldn't they also count in the calorie count? If they didn't count, just don't list them under the carbohydrates, right? And anybody at the replay, anybody watching this at any time, if you have legit information that might tell me I'm wrong, let me know. But like logically, this makes sense, right? I don't know, guys. And if you eat a Built bar every day, that's 280 calories over a week, and that's just one item. Yeah. Christina's math. Can you lose weight by drinking water? To get back to Michael's plan. Can you lose weight by exclusively drinking water? No, but you lose weight by a calorie deficit. However, drinking enough water in your day is so important for so many health reasons. Hydration just keeps your body moving well. And of course, it takes up room in your stomach, which might keep you fuller longer. But seriously though, water is the key. Now, if you are not drinking enough water, your body might retain water, which will add to the weight. So in order to weirdly keep yourself from retaining water, you got to make sure you're getting enough water, which is why I can't drink and eat. Exactly. My cookies are good. That's usually less of an issue. Numbers don't add up exactly, right? Rounding to the nice whole number. Quest chips are right. Hallelujah. Praise Jesus. Now live your life and eat Swedish fish. Wait, what else did Melanie say? Oh, the Smart Sweets was what broke my heart the most. I feel like I was eating it to save calories, but in reality, I could have been eating a serving of regular Swedish fish for not that much more. Yes and no. So my theory is this. If you like the sweet fish, eat the sweet fish. Why? Because there's still less sugar in the Smart Sweets than in the sweet fish. If you like them, so I wasn't, as I posted earlier today, I wasn't crazy about the chews, the Starburst dupes that came out. And when I realized that you could legitimately have a serving of Starburst for the same calories as a serving of Smart Sweets, yes, there's more in that serving, but they weren't as good, I'd go for the Starburst. I actually really love the Smart Sweets sweet fish. Love them. So they might actually be worth it. And the last time, true story, the last time I had regular Swedish fish, I didn't like them as much. And I used to love Swedish fish. So I think my taste buds actually prefer the sweet fish of Smart Sweets, which is fine. Then I will keep buying them because I like them. But what I've been doing, what I did in my iTrack Bites tracker, and if you're on Weight Watchers, I don't think you can do this, but for our app, you can. I went in and I put in the nutrition information for Built Bar, and it gave me, yours is 3 bites on carb conscious. Thank you. But when you plug in the nutrition information, I put in what the calorie count should be according to my calculations. And so every time I track a Built Bar, I'm going to go into my stored foods and put in the one I put in instead of what's in the database, so I can track the calories accordingly. Now, if you are somebody following Points Plus like me, just keep doing what you're doing. Because the issue is not in the macros. The macros are all accurate, and the macros are exclusively what iTrack Bites uses to determine what a carb-conscious bite is, also known as a Points Plus point. The issue is for anybody that needs to use accurate calorie counts. That's the problem. And because I double track, I am keeping thorough track of my calories as well as my points. And I always wondered, didn't I complain to you guys all the time about how I run out of points so much sooner than I run out of calories? Could it be? Could it be because some of the foods I'm eating have the calories listed inaccurately? Just saying. So there's that. The dark pecan delights are wrong. What is happening? Hang on, give me a second. I didn't spend all day crunching numbers. Is that why they now say corn is free though nothing because nothing stays in your system? I get what you're saying there. I get what you're saying. That always baffled my mind. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Portion control and you'll be fine. Soluble and insoluble. Yep, which is why I can't drink and eat drink. Haven't tried the Smart Sweet yet. Novel concept, picking a food based on what you actually like and not on the numbers on the label. Right? Right? According to the FDA, soluble fiber counts and insoluble fiber does not. That is interesting and helpful. And there are some labels, but very, very few, that actually differentiate which fiber grams are insoluble versus soluble. Very, very few. And now that's very, very interesting. According to the FDA, soluble fiber counts, but insoluble does not. I mean, that makes sense. I want to know how they came to that. And also, then why does it count in the carb count? I don't know. I'm such a math nerd. Like, math was my best subject in school. And so all of this, in my logical mind, should be just a plain old math equation. And for me, today is when I realized the math equations aren't, X does not equal what it's supposed to equal, and that's wrong. You know? I had a hard enough time accepting Weight Watchers math. And then once I accepted Weight Watchers math, you threw this at me, and I was like, I'm sorry, what? But the reality is you don't know, that nothing tells you how much is soluble versus insoluble. And I mean, like I said, my fiber powder is still telling me exactly how many calories it's supposed to be. So I don't know. That's what I've been on about all stinking day. And it's been making me both crazy and really excited because, and I'll tell you why I'm excited, because if there are enough of these products, and thankfully I didn't encounter too many today in my daily life that this would have been profoundly different for. But first of all, it tells me, you know, maybe eating those processed diet foods aren't the answer, which we know, we all know. We don't listen, but we all know, you know. Like, depending on them more than we should, you know, like, the answer is in the whole foods. The broccoli calorie count and the chicken calorie count and the rice calorie count, that's all accurate. That is all accurate. It's when you get into the shady, we're trying to cater to the people who want lower calories and high sugar junk food substitutes, that's when we're hitting the problem. I thought that was really, really fascinating. Okay, if you guys want to keep up on this, then Mindy, hey! If you guys want to keep up on this, keep commenting. Otherwise, we can also change the subject because I know I've literally been on this all day. This is making me think my old MFP days. using the TDEE 20 to figure out your daily calorie intake. I feel like I did something like that. Does anyone here eat Chinese food, or has the health crisis been off-putting? I don't normally eat Chinese food, but the coronavirus thing has not had any impact on me when it comes to how I respond around Asian people or consuming Asian products. We're in America. So it's like, it's not like, Chinese food is still made in America. If you go to a Chinese restaurant, this food was purchased here, right? Like, and yeah, so that has not been off-putting to me. Now, however, we haven't gone out since this whole debacle started. We have not ordered out food once. So, definitely something I've been working on in the last year. Because insoluble cannot be used for energy by the body. However, you're right, very few labels differentiate. Yeah, very few. I notice it. Okay, I couldn't tell you what product I've noticed it on lately, but I do acknowledge it when I see it. I go, oh, thank you. And you better believe, Monica, because you gave me that information, the next time I encounter a label like that, I'm going to bust out my calculator and do the math and see if that's exactly what's happening. Because that's very intriguing to me. I would, but a lot of Chinese restaurants here closed. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, you go to that Chinese buffet all the time. Oh, man. We have no issues. I may have missed it, but how many points is a Built Bar really? The points? Well, Lissa, can you tell me, did the calorie... You don't have any Built Bars, do you? I need somebody who's on Smart Points. Somebody who's on Smart Points. Please. Oh, I don't have saturated fat written down. Shoot. Hold, please. Built Bar. Or can somebody else do this for me? I did just look it up, though. Lissa, you're my hero. Tell me, with the new, with Brianna Math, how many points is a Built Bar? Because for a Points Plus, it's still 3. Because that was my point. Because Points Plus uses fat, carbs, fiber, and protein, which is all accurate in the nutrition labels, regardless of what the calorie says, then the points value doesn't change. So if you're just tracking Points Plus, you're good to go. You don't have to worry about it. Check out the moon tonight. It's super pink and beautiful. I can't see the moon out here, but I'll definitely go look afterwards. The mint brownie clocked in at 4. Interesting. Okay. Acacia fiber is soluble, but all those types you add, I think, would be. Yeah, probably. So what is an example? I should probably know this, but what is an example of an insoluble fiber? You know, like, do we have something insoluble? Like, I don't know. But then how does your body react with that? Does it work the same as soluble fiber? Oh, this is so interesting to me. And this really, really makes me, like, I'm highly considering taking a nutrition course. And, like, I kind of want, like, this makes me want to become a certified nutritionist really badly. Because I want to know everything. I just want to know it all. I want to have the facts. And of course, like, what are you going to walk away from a nutrition certification with? Whole foods are better. Corn is mostly insoluble. That makes sense. Hence, the way it goes in is the way it comes out. That makes a lot of sense. But if corn is mostly insoluble, and I don't remember the calorie count of corn off of the top of my head, but like now I need to know the nutrition information. Oh gosh, you guys, my mind is reeling. I hope all of your minds are reeling too. I really, really do. Because I don't know about you, but like, raise your hand if you think this is as fascinating as I have found it all day. Because I am so interested in all of this. This is the kind of stuff that fires me up. Oh my gosh. I haven't ordered food during the pandemic, but I thought it would be worth mentioning. There's a Chinese restaurant near me who are open at the moment for takeaways only. Mick, honestly, if I were you, if I was somebody looking to go out, I don't think my husband wants to go eat out at all. I would support them simply because there are probably very few people that are, and I would personally want to be the person that would support them, you know? So if you're looking for it and if you like it, like, please, I'm sure they would love to have your business. If you don't want to eat it, then don't eat it. But don't let the fact that this is a Chinese virus, because it's not, and I hate that Donald Trump says that. Oh my gosh. don't let that dissuade you in any way, shape, or form. Your food will be fine. Mostly I haven't ordered food during the pandemic. I started doing that tracking with RX bars. I think those are special noodles they sell in the produce aisle of the keto or insoluble fiber. Oh yeah, those ones that are virtually calorie free. Yeah. You might be right, Mindy. You might be right. And that makes sense. And they're also like 10 calories. Like they are a stupid low amount of calories. Now I'm very interested to know what the nutrition label says in its entirety. I've eaten those before, and then I discovered the joy of zucchini noodles and have never once again bought the slimy low carb noodles in a bag because the zucchini noodles are so much better. Oh, you guys are just laying on all the information. I love this so much. If I went back to school, it would either be for writing and editing or nutrition dietetics. Dietetics. Yes, me too. Also has starch though. The shell of the corn kernel is insoluble. What is inside is absorbed and used by the body. There we go. Very interesting, mind-blowing. Now everyone's looking up articles. This is hilarious. I thought you guys would like this. I really did. Grains, veggies, prunes, nuts, and green beans. Green beans are what are we talking about, Sarah? Are insoluble or soluble? They know me anyway, and they're good people, so I may get one over the weekend. I say go for it. I 100% say go for it because they're losing a lot of business simply because it's a Chinese food place, and I think that's horrible. School's out, so this is science class. Yes! Oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun with this. So I guess I'm looking at the title of my thing that said Joy, Balance, Health, and Other Important Topics. This, I think, falls under all of them for me, quite frankly. Joy, what I wanted to talk about rather quickly, and I'm actually working on another vlog about all of this. All of this being joy. I'm literally doing a vlog of me doing things that bring me joy. Why? Because do you guys remember when I did, and meaning I did by piggybacking off of the last 90 days that the Hollis Company, Rachel and Dave Hollis, were doing for the end of the year? Well, because we're all in quarantine, they started a next 90 days challenge that began on the 1st of April. And so they're doing a whole course with it. It's really cool. If you want to join, it's free, not sponsored. They don't need me to sponsor them, or they don't need to sponsor me. I love them and you guys know it. You can go to thehollisco.com and join their next 90 days challenge, and it literally signs you up for a course, and Rachel puts videos and stuff in there. Anyway, they theme every week, and this week's theme is joy. And the tea time with Noah, which is their little 3-year-old now. No, she might still be 2. I can't actually remember how old Noah is. But she's so stinking cute. But every week Dave sits down and has tea with her. And it ends up being the most hysterical video. And this week, instead of sitting and talking to her about the lesson for the week, they went and did things that brought joy to Noah. And Dave did them with her. And it was so cute. And I was like, you know what? That's a great idea. We need to make sure that we take the time to just do things that do nothing but bring us joy. That's the only reason. And I can tell you about 4, 5, 6 things that I did today simply because it brought me joy to do or to not do said thing. Instead of doing my morning meltdown, I did a dance exercise class today, and it was so much fun. I drank tea and had a healthy eating all the time and go bar outside on the patio while 70-degree sunshine was beating down on me, and it was lovely. Just doing things for the sheer joy of them. Not because you have to, not because you have some obligation to, but just because it brings you joy. And I wanted to encourage you to do something that brings you joy within the next week. What's bringing me joy is this thunderstorm. That would be a great one. I really enjoy thunderstorms a lot, and they would bring me joy too. We've had a perfectly clear day today, so I don't know where that thunderstorm is compared to, and I don't know how far out that thunderstorm is compared to me. But yeah, finding the joy in the simplest things. So thanks, Mindy. Thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Yeah. So I wanted to just talk about doing joy. Literally just doing joy. And I wanted to get you guys thinking about what you could do tonight, tomorrow, sometime this week while we're stuck in quarantine to intentionally bring yourself joy. I lit a candle today. I'm pretty sure it's still lit. Oh no, it's not. Yeah. Yeah, just so that was the joy part. We need to focus on joy because we're in quarantine. I love focusing on productivity and goals and all of that. And one of the things that I actually wrote down is that, or actually no, I think I vlogged it. I can't remember. I have a vlog going up tomorrow. That progress is actually something that brings me joy. So for me, like seeing success on the scale or seeing success in my measurements or knowing that I did a good job of eating today actually brings me legitimate joy to be like, I'm making progress. This is incredible. And so that's one of the things I wanted to be very intentional about, making sure it's not just because I need to lose weight or want to lose weight or want to hit this goal. It's because it makes me happy, you know? Things like that. And I sang the other day and it was lovely, which reminds me, you guys, I have something very, very, very special that I'm uploading on. I'm probably going to upload it on Friday. I got permission from my duet partner last year because neither she or I are singing in a Good Friday service this year. I asked her if I could upload the video of her and I singing an amazing Good Friday duet, and she said yes. So I am uploading last year's Good Friday footage, which it's just a 5-minute song, but it is beautiful. I'm not even the lead on it. She's lead on it. I'm just the harmony part, but it was gorgeous. So I texted her today. I'm like, hey, do you mind if I upload this to my YouTube channel? Because I think the world needs a little bit of Good Friday and a little bit of just music and good in their lives right now. And she said, absolutely, go ahead. So I'm going to be uploading that, and I'm very, very excited about it. It is a beautiful song. It is a song that, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm never going to forget this. It's a song called In Remembrance, and like I was warned by my duet partner. She goes, girl, she's like, I have to like numb myself to this song. So finally when it was I sat down to listen to it, and I just cried, and I literally had to listen to this song over and over and over and over and over again. I don't know how many times I listened to it, but I had to keep listening to the recording until I stopped crying when I was singing along with it. Like, is that powerful of a song. And she and I were both like, we need to numb ourselves to this or we're not going to be able to sing it in public. Like, it's just, oh, it was perfect for Good Friday. It was so perfect. And it was just so powerful. And I'm uploading that for you on Friday, and I'm very excited. So look forward to that. Because I'm looking forward to that. I listened to it again today, and it was the first time I listened to it in months, and it brought me joy. See what I did there? It brought me joy. Even though it also made me want to cry, it brought me joy. Because it's tears of like, it's not tears of sadness, like it's kind of tears of sadness, but if you listen to the words of the song, it's tears of, oh my gosh, I can't believe that this is what God and Jesus did for me. I'm so overwhelmed. That's the feeling that it evokes. And it is so good, but you just can't help but just cry. Oh my gosh. If any of y'all need a good cry, get yourselves ready. I forgot what I was talking about before that. Oh, joy. And then balance. I was thinking about the whole, like, we're home, we're in quarantine, right? And I'm all, let's go get these goals, which I still am, right? But I'm also like, let's sit on my butt and read for 3 hours. And I'm trying to figure out what that balance is, because like I should fully take advantage of the fact that like we're in a little bit more of a laid back time. And I'm dealing with this like push-pull of I want to do and accomplish and achieve literally all the things all at once. And then there are times that I literally want to do nothing. Or I want to sit and mess around with nutrition labels all day just because I can. It's Tuesday. I did not film a single video today, even though it's Tuesday, because I'd filmed enough ahead where I didn't need to film this week. And I was like, I felt guilty about it. I was like, I should have stuff to film. And I didn't have anything to film, and I didn't have a desire to film. And then I was like, you know what? It's okay. It's okay that I don't film today if I don't have to. Embrace the moment and relax a little bit. And so I'm still trying to find that balance. And I'm just wondering if anybody else is in that boat of like wanting to do all the things, but also wanting to like take advantage of the fact that we're in this weird time of rest, you know? So that's what the balance was. Health is like the whole, weight loss thing. Which my scale went up and then it's coming back down and I'm very confused. But I'm just going with it, especially with this new Brianna doing real math formula. Like for calories, like I'm hoping that it's probably not going to have some profound change on my weight loss, but I kind of want it to, I guess it depends how much processed diet food I eat. I don't know. That's my thought on that. And then other important topics like the diet industry lying to us. So there, I covered everything that was in my title. Keep chatting. What would you guys like to talk about in these last 10 minutes? Also, I'm almost done with my first Harry Potter book. And we redid the basement, and I have cleaned the bathrooms, like the underbed. I'm going through my monthly goals. I have gotten through like at least a third of my monthly goals in the first week of April, and I'm so proud of myself. It's very powerful. I have it stuck in my head frequently, and it'll get stuck in my head again tonight. So thanks. You're welcome. It's a good song. It's a good reminder. Like the bridge of that song is just, that's the part that like made me cry, is when you sit, like, because I would sit there and we belt out the bridge and the words are so powerful and you're like, oh, yes. Oh, I'm so excited for you guys to hear it. I've definitely been struggling to get my mind and body lined up when it comes to goals during this time. Yeah, it's weird, and my eating has been pretty good, but I don't know. It's just a weird time, and I accept that it's a weird time. What do you do when you run out of things to do? My house is clean. I've been baking, cooking, but I'm starting to get bored. Read, watch TV, work out, pray, journal, take up an arts and craft of some kind. Coloring, adult coloring books are bomb. Or there's like the paint by numbers, the diamond paint by numbers. Do you use planners? Have you ever had like some goal that you wanted to do, like write a book or some short stories? What else can you do? Enhance your makeup techniques. Watch some YouTube tutorials and learn how to do that thing to your hair you've always wanted to do. Knitting's a good one. Learning how to crochet is a good one. I'm trying to think of a bunch of other things. We have tackled home organization projects. That's been like not just like cleaning. I'm cleaning a little bit every day, but like we legit, like I said, redid the basement this weekend, and it's amazing. Because we're like, what else are we gonna do with our time? And while we were doing that, I did so many flights of stairs that I am on day 3 of my legs being so sore. I might as well have gone to body pump, like, and really pumped. Like my legs hurt going up and down the stairs. I did so many flights of stairs this weekend. There's plenty to do. Is this something you've always wanted to learn? Did you want to take an online class? You want to learn a second language? Do you want to start a garden? Like, have I given you enough ideas? Been doing eyeshadow looks. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, that's definitely something to do, is like mess around with that makeup that we all know we have hiding in our beauty stash somewhere that we never wear. Start playing with that. Dress up just for fun. By the way, by the time I see you guys next, it's going to be after Easter. So it's, Holy Week, and we are not going to church, which is bizarre and gut-wrenching for me, quite honestly. So I've decided that, thank you, Lissa, I have decided that I'm dressing up for Easter anyway. I have this really cute spring dress that I got while I was in Florida that I fully intended to wear to church. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get up on Sunday morning. I am going to put on that cute and comfortable dress, and I'm going to wear it all day. And I'm going to put on makeup. Even though, like, the only ham we have might be ham sandwiches. Like, I don't know. And our only dessert might be Peeps or cookies or something. But, like, I need to do something on Easter that feels normal. So I'm going to put on a cute floral dress and look like I'm going to church on Easter. How do you feel about the governor of Florida saying that people can go to church? Oh, girl. No, and this is coming from somebody who is dying to get back into a place of worship. Dying. But I'm not stupid. Like, all of the churches around here shut down and turned into live streaming churches, which is exactly what needed to happen. Does it feel right? No. Are we not allowed to go and do the thing that we as Christians are inherently wanting to do, which is be in community with one another? It's weird. No, it doesn't feel right. But we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. And I saw that video clip of that woman getting interviewed saying, "Oh, I'm washed in the blood of Jesus. I can't get sick." I listened to it and I looked at my husband and I'm like, it is women like that that make all of us Christians look bad. Like, and that's fact. That's fact. Like, we as Christians have such a reputation, and for most of us, it's not our fault. But it's people like that. It's people like that that give us all the bad name. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? It's like that, have you heard, I don't know if you want to call it a parable or whatever, but like the story of the man who always is praying to God to buy the lottery, or to win the lottery, rather. Sorry, I've been talking for too long. And you heard that story, and like every time the lottery happens, he prays and prays to God and says, "Please, God, help me win the lottery," right? Every time. And then week after week after week passes, and this man doesn't win the lottery. And so another week goes by and he gets on his knees and says, "Please, God, help me win the lottery." And finally God speaks back and says, "Please, sir, go buy a ticket." And like, that's kind of what I felt like it is. Like, God's got us, but we got to buy a ticket. You can't just expect him to do things if like if he says, "Here, I'm going to help you be fruitful," right? In your job or whatever, you still got to put in the work. It's not just like you can sit there and twiddle your thumbs and money's going to come pouring in, or you're going to get 5 promotions or whatever. You still have to do the work, and the work will be blessed. You can't just assume that because God, you're washed in Jesus' blood, that you're not going to get sick from a virus that is highly contagious. You still have to be smart. You still got to wash your hands and social distance and follow the rules. Like, that's how it works. And I saw that video and I was like, no. Like, oh, sorry, Rosie, you got me on a little soapbox there. Whew. Remaining connected in contact with people I love is a source of joy for me. Nick, that's a great answer. Sorry, I'm scrolling back from all the things. I went for a no people walk around my neighborhood. Every time I saw people in an intersection, I'd go the opposite way. Yeah, and I've walked and I don't mind passing people. Like, you're allowed to pass people. Don't touch them. Don't cough on them. Don't sneeze on them. But like, just, keep on keeping on. Like I preached last week, smile every time you see somebody. People need smiles and positive attitudes. I talked to my neighbor today. I don't know who this woman is, but I was out on my balcony and she was out on hers. She was grooming her little dog. And so I heard her just talking sweet. "Oh, I know you don't like this. Now oh, I know your nails are the worst part." And I'm hearing this drill thing. So finally I'm yelling at her. I'm like, "Hey, what are you using for her nails?" And I had a conversation with my neighbor. Just because we're in quarantine doesn't mean we can't be civil and kind and nice and talk to people, Just your friendly reminder for the week. Maybe I'll wear my dress on Easter too. Yes. The church my dad is following in Minnesota is doing drive-in church for Easter. My church is not doing drive-in church. I'm very interested to see what my church, being the church back in Chicago and my church here, I would love to know what both of them are doing. I wish so desperately I was involved in some way, shape, or form. I actually found video footage in looking for the song I want to upload on Friday. I found last year's Easter service, and I was like, and which I was involved in, and I had a great time both on Good Friday and Easter. I was involved, and I was like, maybe I'll just rewatch last year's, just to feel like I did something. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be very, very hard. I was looking for my phone, you guys. But I posted something on Instagram stories that I saw and totally stole from someone else, and it said something like, "We've been told that America is going to have one of the hardest weeks this week." And then it says, "This week was also the hardest week for Jesus, and see how that turned out." I don't know. So it's like, it's all kind of, I don't know. I feel like it's almost appropriate for Easter that like all of this is happening and but Easter's coming and it will all be okay, you know? I don't know. I don't know. That was a great subject change, Rosie. Let's see. Standing in the hay bales and speaking to a microphone. That's interesting. He gave us a brain so we can make good choices. Exactly. Like, just like I have every faith that God's got me, but it doesn't mean I'm going to go do something stupid and try to catch coronavirus. No, I'm still going to be smart. I'm still going to be safe. I'm still going to do all the things we're supposed to do. I may put a smiley face on the mask I wear on rare occasions. Yes, you should totally do that. Rachel Hollis did that. She went grocery shopping and she posted a picture and she drew like hot red lips in red lipstick. And she's like, or not in red lipstick, but like she gave it red lipstick and she goes, the lipstick color is red crayon. And like, because what else can you do? God helps those who help themselves. Exactly. Exactly. You can't just twiddle your thumbs. Thank you for the smiling advice. People look so grumpy lately. I know we're all going through this and it sucks, but a smile goes such a long way. 100%. 100%. Joy for me is helping my dad to install WhatsApp. I can see him, can't see him right now, but at least I can see him on video. Excellent. That's great. I love that post. I did too. Another thing that brought me joy today, realizing I actually might have plans for Good Friday. Well, that's interesting because we're not supposed to go nowhere, but good. Yeah, that's all I got, my friends. That's all I got. I hope you all had fun. Any last minute questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, whatever, before we sign off for the week? I cannot believe that it's Holy Week. It just doesn't feel like it. This is usually the busiest week of my entire year, and it is not. It is not busy at all, and it's weird, but I'm choosing joy. This was a really good week for joy to be the subject. Way to go, Rachel Hollis, because we all need it, and they're Christians too. And so I don't know, maybe this was entirely the reason that she did that, because she needed a little bit of Easter joy in her life too. So on Friday, we will all celebrate Good Friday. And I will, in the Facebook group, once again, I will post the worship services that I'm watching in the Facebook group so you guys can watch along with me if you want. So I will post that. I will post Easter. And yeah, dress up, celebrate, even if it's with a ham sandwich and Peeps like me. Celebrate Easter, celebrate the good things. The pandemic is expected to peak here next week. Yeah, we're supposedly this week is going to be very, very bad for us. I don't know. I'm just staying in my neighborhood and doing what I'm supposed to do and trucking along and hoping for the best and praying. Everybody should be praying for this world, not just for yourselves, for this world. And yeah, that's all I got, my friends. So have a happy, happy Easter. Thank you for hanging out with me today, and I will see you next week.